How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. You've been on the other side. I know the Eagles and 49ers have some history, recent history. How's it feel to be on this side of the deal?
Man, I'm excited to be here in Philly. Just feeling the vibe here in the building. It's exciting, man. Just got a great culture, a lot of history here. I grew up in DC, not too far away, so just good to be on the East Coast as well. But excited to get to work.
Why here?
I just feel like it was the best fit for me, my family, in terms of just like coming here to compete. Obviously, they've played at a high level here for a long time, and um, I just like the situation, linebacker room, special teams wise, and then just the culture as well. So just a good fit.
You mentioned linebacker and special teams. What expectations do you have for your role this season?
I'm just going to add value wherever I can, wherever that's on special teams, defense, wherever I can. I know the type of player I am. They obviously like my tape enough to bring me here, so I know that they see something in me that I know I can bring to the table.
I know you wasn't there while you were there, but had you heard about Michael Clay while you were in San Francisco?
Yeah, we had a little bit, yeah, but ultimately, just on teams, for me, it's all about just effort and want to. And I feel like on my tape, like I didn't play a ton of teams as much last year because I was a little bit more in defense. But you look at my time in Green Bay and early in San Francisco, like I was a difference maker on special teams. So I know that could definitely be my role here as well.
How did the whole process go for you last week? And who did you talk to here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you talk to a lot of teams, a lot of different places, but just happy to be here and landed in a good spot. And I feel like the fit is just a great fit for me here. So that's why we ended up coming here to Philly, but just ready to get to work.
When you speak about fit, how much of that has to do with the scheme? And
Yeah, scheme. First of all, like the defensive line here is amazing. So as a linebacker, who wouldn't want to play behind this defensive line? And then just the culture around, just wanting to win, playing at a high level. I feel like those are the things I've kind of looked at in terms of fit.
You mentioned you're an East Coast guy. Did you want to come closer here, or did it just work out that way because you like this situation?
Yeah, it kind of worked out that way. It wasn't something that was like I have to have this going into free agency, but it's definitely a plus.
How familiar are you with Big Fangio and his defense, and what kind of stands out to you about?
Yeah, I feel like Vic, he just has a reputation around the league of just being a relentless defense that, ultimately just like finds results. So just seeing a lot of scheme, throughout the years as a defender, I've really come to respect it, but want to kind of dig into a little bit of the X's and O's a little bit more here in the future.
You spoke about playing more defense. It's not often that year six is when someone kind of comes on as a defensive player. What do you think you showed last year, on defense in particular?
I feel like my tape kind of just jumped off the table going from year one to year two into the system. So really getting comfortable with the Niners system last year. The opportunity came up where Aziz left, and I stepped into that third linebacker role. And then whenever my name was called, I was ready to step up and play. So I feel like for me, I was just always being ready when the opportunity comes up. That's what I kind of pride myself on, and just ultimately just effort. Like I'm going to give everything I got every play. And I think that showed on tape this last year too.
you had 1 year with D'Amico Ryans as your defensive coordinator, as a former inside linebacker. What did you learn from
Man, D'Amico was a hell of a coach, man. I really learned a lot about just the game of football from a linebacker perspective, just mentality that you have to have as a linebacker. I know he had some time here as well, and I just have a ton of respect for him and how he coaches ball, how he lives his life.
In the Super Bowl, you had to step in after Dre's injury. What did you take from that experience?
Man, it's the highest stage in sport. I tried to be as ready as possible. Ultimately, we didn't get the job done at the end, but I feel like for that, just getting a taste of that Super Bowl, you want to get back. It just makes you really hungry. This team has been close to a Super Bowl, a couple of years ago as well. So I definitely get the vibe that everybody's ready to take that next step.
Has it ever been difficult to remain patient during your career, kind of waiting for a bigger opportunity on defense?
Yes and no. I feel like perspective wise, like you're always like, when is my shot gonna happen? But for me, I've always just tried to be ready whenever that does come, and just having perspective of like I have a family that cares about me regardless of what my role is. That I'm gonna come home and still be a great husband, be a great brother, all that kind of stuff. I have a God that loves me that gives me a lot of peace as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's just you just kind of have to keep stepping every day by day, trying to be a better version of yourself.
personal website, they
Yeah.
have a lot of other interests in
Yeah.
business and music and other things. So there's things within Philadelphia that were attractive to you in that. How do you
Yeah, I'm
operate?
excited to explore, the city. Obviously, there's a lot going on here. I'm not really privy to the specifics, but definitely looking forward to a new city.
Between a new scheme, getting to know new teammates, moving, all that, what's the most daunting thing of changing teams for you?
Just knowing names, honestly. Like, you meet a lot of people today. I'm meeting. Everybody's gonna remember me because I'm the new guy, but for me, like I gotta come back and remember everybody's name. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Speaking of that, have you spent time with Devin today?
I haven't seen him yet, but I'm excited to get to work with him.
How would you describe your game to the fan? What do you think you do well? And what do you sort of hang your hat on?
Yeah, I'm a long guy, obviously 6'3" frame, a lot of speed. I pride myself in making tackles in space, being relentless. Yeah, that's kind of the name of my game, fast and physical.
What were some of the biggest lessons you learned from the two linebackers in San Francisco?
Man, one was just the preparation, just being around Fred Warner. I think he's one of the best linebackers in the game. But the way that he prepares in OTA is the same way that he prepares during the Super Bowl, just in terms of a mindset. So hoping to, emulate some of those into my own process and, kind of bring that here to Philly.
Why did you decide you wanted to get involved with the NFL executive?
Yeah, ultimately, I feel like the exec committee, it's calling for you to be a servant leader. For me, that's having your ear to the ground, hearing the issues that the players have, and being an advocate for them on their behalf. And I had a similar role, in college. I was Student Athlete Advisory Council president and voicing our opinion to our college and SEC and beyond. And I feel like we're in an important time, like moving towards the CBA further down the road. But I really like the leadership role that brings up.
You guys are good? All right, great.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
You can help us jump from 4 in that.
Good afternoon.
How's it feel to be an Eagle, and what led you to sign?
Oh, it feel great. I don't know. Obviously, a lot went into it. Just seeing what they've been doing here. Obviously being in the NFC with them and seeing how competitive they are. Obviously you want to play for a contending team, and they done shown that year in and year out. And I just wanted to be a part of a winning culture. Coming from a team that was winning, and just kind of want to stay on the same track. With people with the same mindset. Me and Jalen, obviously, we got a lot of background together. Just growing up SEC and the same high school class and being at the same camps and stuff. So just a little part of that, man. Just kind of wanted to be, try to make myself fit in well here.
I saw you post on social media about a detour in your journey. What's the last year been like for you?
I mean, it's been a roller coaster. A lot happened, a lot of good, a lot of bad. But at the end of the day, I stayed myself. I stayed sane, and I think I found the other side. And I feel like it's a good side. I got another opportunity to go play the game that I love, and just have fun, and new brotherhood coming. Finna be around a lot of more great guys. Had a lot of great guys on my team in the past, so. It's been good, but I think it's going to get even better, now that I'm here.
Your speed has helped you in certain spots, blitzing and rushing, since college. What fits do you see? You can talk to Vic Fangio at all. What do you like about this? What you can do in it?
Right now it ain't been much talks, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like, once I get into the defense and learning, you can put me anywhere and I can go play the game of football. Because at the end of the day, it's still football, and I think that's what you bring in coaches like Coach Vic, is to put guys in position to be great. And I think he'll do a great job. But obviously, before we even get to that, I gotta come here and prove it to him that I'm worthy enough to be on the field, and I can be his guy or be one of his guys, whatever the case may be. But I gotta start with that process first before I even get into my role and all that. I gotta show that I deserve to be on the team and be able to be a playmaker for him.
And so, from your perspective, what happened last year that was different than the previous years from your career?
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of ended that chapter. I wrote a great message to the Buccaneers organization, and man, really just happy and blessed and thankful to be able to open this chapter with the Eagles. And, I don't know. My focus is just so much shift on the Eagles that anything that happened in the past, it was a lot of great, a little bit bad, but I'm thankful for it all, and I'm here now, and I'm happy, and I'm ready to get to work with this team. So none of that really matters to me. I don't really remember what happened. I'm all tunnel vision on the future and what can happen in the future here.
You mentioned that you know Jalen a little bit now. What was it like going against him, in a playoff game and seeing him on the field in person?
I mean, it's just great to see all his hard work pay off. His first year as a starter, we was pretty good. And he came down, and man, we had a tough task to stop him. And the next year it got even better. So I think just as the years went by, he's transcended up. And I think that's a good thing, and that's what's making this place even more exciting, because great players want to play with other great players, and I think he's displaying that week in and week out, and just the toughness that he play with, and the level that he play on. I consider him one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. And when you're preparing for him, you got to be ready for all aspects of his game. Whether it's throwing the ball down the field to AJ, or handing it off to a great running back, or him keeping it. And I think that's really hard to defend, and I don't think people realize that until you're on the other side of it. And it might look easy, when he's doing it, he might make it look easy, but it's not, and it's definitely not easy to defend. So, I mean, it's a lot of great upside about him.
What were the things you were looking for in your next team when you were going through this process?
Like I said, a winning culture, just being able to be in the big games, watching them, they've been in the big games. They making a lot of noise in the league. When they go to other teams' house, you got to be ready to play them. They the big dogs around the NFL. So obviously, I consider myself a big dog. That's what my son say. So I want to join a big dog, and trying to help them get to the goal that they ultimately want, and that's a championship, and that's what I want. I know what it feels like. I know what it takes to get there, and I know it's a lot of work they got to be put in, and obviously they know, because they just, was at the pinnacle. Obviously didn't get over the hump, but and they ain't too far from it. And obviously I can say we not too far from it because I'm a part of this organization now. And I need to just bring what I can bring and, feed off my teammates as well. And we put this thing together.
What are some of the intangibles you can bring in terms of having won a Super Bowl, knowing what it's like to get to that point? And most of the team now is far removed from their last Super Bowl.
I think my number one ability is leadership, leading by example, every day at practice, just going hard, treating it like it's a game. And obviously just being a playmaker and a fun teammate to play with. I think when I'm on the field, just having my guys back and feeding off good energy just helps us out a lot. It's bringing a different swagger. One thing I always can try to take swagger to the defense, and just get everybody on that level, in that mode, and just have fun.
What have you noticed about in the NFL about how linebackers are part of backfield pressure, but balancing that with pass coverage?
It plays a big part. You got different guys that do everything. You got some guys that do some things well, but I feel like it go hand in hand because it depends on if you're a zone coverage team, you bring extra guys. Some defensive coordinators like to bring extra guys, whether it's a safety or the linebacker, or if it's the safety, then the linebacker need to replace the safety in the zone defense. So I think it's unique when you can do a lot. You give offenses mix-ups, they don't know who coming. So just having linebackers who can be the rusher or who can be the dropper obviously give you a little more flexibility. And, I pride myself on being able to do both, especially getting sacks. I like getting sacks, but obviously turnovers is important. Always giving the offense another chance to go score points is what matters, and that's how you win. I always talk about the plus minus system with the turnovers. We got to go get the ball more than we give it away, just so give us a greater chance to win the game. And I know analytics back that up a lot.
How are you now better, different than when you were an all-pro player?
Say it again.
How are you now as a player, either better, different than during your time as an all-pro?
Right now I'm 100% healthy. I think that's where it started, just getting healthy. And I think mentally, but in those times I went through a lot, on and off the field. And I think I'm just back in a great mental standpoint and just, it's ball, ball, ball. I don't think it's a lot of other distractions going on, whatever it is, just being a father, trying to get a new contract or whatever. It's just right now it's just ball. So I think mentally I'm in a better position than like a fresh start position. Like when I came in the NFL, I had no expectations. I just want to play ball, have fun, and win games. I think I'm really just so much back into that mindset.
Follow on that, what is it like being on a one-year deal now?
Oh, it's great. It's an opportunity to go show, why I was drafted top 5, why I helped the team win a Super Bowl. And obviously, just to prove I do what I do. I don't lack any confidence, as far as being on a one-year deal. I didn't shy away from it. I think it was the best thing that happened. Like, hey, last year wasn't, who you were. That's never been Devin White on, in and out on tape, just dealing with everything I dealt with. Now you get the opportunity on an even bigger stage. It's a bigger platform here. I think it's a better all-around team built right here, right now to go do great things. And I just want to be a part of that. And I think obviously being with these guys help my transition, even make it even easier for me, because it's a lot of great surrounding support cast. So I think it was a perfect situation, I think everything about it was perfect, man. I'm just so happy ever since I got off the plane at 8 o'clock, been smiling ear to ear. Me and my mom been going around doing the physicals and stuff and everything checking out perfect. And we couldn't be off to a better start.
Take
a few more questions.
So the last year, you felt like that wasn't who you were. Why did you feel like you weren't able to be who you wanted to be, whether it was on the football field or off?
I think just coming into the season, I had a lot of expectations of just being the long-term guy there, and we didn't get nothing done. And I worked my butt off all off season to just go prove it, go prove like, hey, let's go put another great year in. In the first couple games, I was showing that. And then a guy that never get hurt, ended up taking an injury. What a coincidence, against the Eagles in week 3. And just really trying to just battle through that mentally and physically. And it just didn't work out for me. It didn't end in my favor, but at the end of the day, I found the positive side in it. And I went back to work. And now I'm here in a great spot, just ready to show who I really am, which a lot of people know. I've been in the league 5 years and I did a lot of great things, but none of that matters right now. So right now I got a clean start, 0 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 picks, 0 wins, and now I'm trying to go earn it all again.
spent your career playing with Levante David.
Yeah.
How did that benefit you? And a second part to that question, do you know Nakobe Dean? And I guess, how do you guys think you would work together?
Playing with Levante David obviously was an easy transition coming from college because he's an ultimate guy. In my opinion, I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. Just knowing you got a guy over there you can trust. I think with two linebackers, I think the number one word is trust. But I mean, also it made me grow up faster. You know, when I came in the league, I had the green dot, you know, from day one to year 5. I wore the green dot. You know, I think I made his job even easier as well. And the same for Nakobe. You know, I recruited him coming out of college. You know, I was at LSU and he ended up going to Georgia, and we didn't lose, you know, we didn't lose sight of each other. We kept in touch, you know, just out of respect of linebacker ball. So just being able to work with him, you know, I think we could teach each other. We can motivate each other as well, because I think I used to motivate Levante being a younger guy, and he wanted to keep up with me. And now I'm still a young guy and he's a young guy, and I think we just want to just beat each other. You know, it's just far as, you know, everything. Beat me to the ball, you know, beat me to the building, you know, work harder than me in the weight room. Like, I'm going to challenge him, and hopefully he going to challenge me back. And I think we'll just make each other better.
Thanks, Devin.
Thanks.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you.